We've been talking about this chapter and that this chapter has some very important nuggets of information, especially when you get to trig and pre-cal, functions and modeling, whatever math you take in your senior year, and the SAT and ACT, okay? So yes, you need to know this for your test in a couple of weeks or a week, but you also need to kind of try to retain it or know where you can go to study it before you take your SAT and ACT in 11th grade, okay? So let's start with 45, 45, 90. On your formula sheet, you have some crazy talk that looks like this. And it says 1, 1, root 2. This is the way I teach it because you can do the easy ones and the hard ones using this proportion. However, if you're good at picking up on the concept, you can do a lot of the easy ones without doing much work at all, just by looking at it and doing it. So if you get that part, do it. But if you don't get it, you can always use this proportion. I'll do it both ways for you, okay? So easy. If you have a 45, 45, 90, that is a triangle that we know a lot about. Because if this is 90 degrees and this is 45 and this is 45, since you have two equal angles, you also know that these two sides are equal because they're opposite the 45-degree angles, okay? And notice that they all add up to 180 because 45 plus 45 is 90, and 90 and 90 is 180. So it's a perfect triangle. It's not as perfect as an equilateral, 60, 60, 60, but you know a lot. So I know that this side here, if this side is 6, this side is also 6 because I know those two sides are going to be the same. And all I do to find the third side is I take the 6 and I gunk on a root 2. 6 root 2. Okay?
How'd you find the 6s?
If I had given you a triangle and I give you one side, let's say this is 45, 45, and 90. And let's say this side here is 4. Well, so what is the x?
4.
Is also a 4. And somebody else, what is the y?
4.
What did I do up here?
4.
4 and
square root 2.
4 root 2. That's how you say it, 4 root 2. Okay? Let's say I give you this one. 45, 45, 90. And I tell you that this is 7 root 2. What is x and what is y? Somebody who hasn't spoken. Does anybody know what x is?
7.
7. And what is y?
7 too.
Also 7. Yeah.
Are they always going to be like that?
No, those would be the easy ones.
Okay.
Why is this not going away? Anyway, that's a 7.
Both sides have to be equal. They have to all add up.
When you have a 45, 45, 90, the two legs measure the same, and the hypotenuse measures that number with a root 2 gunked on it. Okay? So, what if I give you this one? And I'm going to change color here to red, because this is going to be a little bit harder. Let's say I told you that this is root 3. When it's an ugly number that you can't easily just gunk a root 2 on and know what the sides are, you're going to use my ratios. Got it? And there's some rules with radicals that you're going to learn today, and we're going to keep working on it. We're going to keep working on it. Until you learn it perfectly, you can always give me a decimal, but you need to start learning how to express it in radical form. So what I do here is I make this side here an x and this side here a y, right? And I make my proportion. And on top, I put 45, 45, 90, and I put 1, 1, root 2. Because the 45 goes with the 1s, and the 90 goes with the root 2. I'm just setting up a proportion. So, what number what letter is opposite the one of the 45s?
Opposite,
Yep.
um,
What letter is opposite this 45 right here? X. What number is opposite this 45 right here? Y. And so this must be the root 3. This is ugly, but it's just numbers, okay? So I happen to know that X and Y are going to be the same because it's a 45, 45, 90, and we know the legs equal the same, right? So I just have to find one of them, and then I found both. So these are actually easier because you don't have to do as much work. So I'm going to cross multiply, and I get 1 times root 3 is root 3 equals Y times root 2. So if I cross multiply, I get root 3 equals Y times root 2. And now I divide both sides by root 2, and I get Y equals root 3 over root 2. But there is a rule. Just like you don't leave a mess after lunch, and you clean up your desk every 50 minutes in the school. There's a rule: you cannot have a radical in the basement. It's a no-no, okay? So what you do to get rid of the radical in the basement is you multiply the top and the bottom with the radical that's in the basement. And this is going to be equal to root 6 over 2. Because root 2 times root 2 is 2. Remember that? So these sides here are root 6 over 2 and root 6 over 2. If we've got 30, 60, 90, 1 root 3 and 2 is your proportions, right? So if they give me, this is the 30, this is the 60, that's the 90. Everybody see that? If they give me that this is a 7, that is the 30, what am I going to do to find the angle opposite the 60, the side opposite the 60? What am I going to do? I'm going to take that 7 and gunk a root 3 on it. Got it? And what am I going to do to get the side opposite the 90? I'm going to take that 7 and multiply it by 2. So those would be the easy ones to do. If you don't want to do that, we'll just do it the proportion way, okay, if you can't see it. This one's harder to see, okay?
that's a 60, right?
The 30, 60, 90, yeah. This one's harder to see, okay? So if you can't do it the easy way, let's say I give you this picture, and all I'm going to give you is the 60, the 30, and the 90. I give you 14, and you don't know the rest, okay? I can set up my proportion, 30, 60, 90, 1, root 3, 2. It's on your paper. Who is the 14 opposite of?
Opposite of
The 90. So we're going to put, the 30 is going to be opposite the X, and the 60, the Y. Doesn't matter, but you got to put the right letters where they go. Everybody get that? So now we put our equal signs, and we're going to use this guy to find that guy, and then we're going to use the same guy to find the X. So when we cross multiply, we get 14 root 3 equals 2Y. Is the Y alone?
No.
So we have to divide both sides by 2. And you can't go inside the radical to divide, but you can do this. That is 7 root 3. So Y equals 7 root 3.
Why isn't it root 2 now?
So to find the X, I put 1 over X equals 2 over 14. 2X equals 14, and X equals 7. So we found it using that ratio, which is easier if you can't see it. When you do your homework, I want you to do all the 45, 45, 90s first, and then the 30, 60, 90s, so that you stay with the same ratio and you get used to using it. When you get a radical in the basement, you can either put all that in the calculator and get me an ugly decimal to 2 places, or start practicing the radical thing. We're going to get more and more where I'm going to make you do radicals, so start practicing them, okay?